let's talk about it. So before I get into this video, you all might want to go and grab a snack, a drink, whatever it may be. I've got my water at the ready because we're going to need to stay hydrated throughout this video because I've got a lot to talk about. So if you want to pause the video, you might want to do that right now. And yeah, away from that, I'm just excited to get into this discussion. You guys were sort of on the fence as to whether you wanted a review or not, but I wanted to have a conversation about this. So I have literally spent the whole of this week re-listening from start to finish, and what I really enjoyed about that was listening to it in the order that the songs actually came in, because if you guys watch each of my reaction videos, you'll see I just did them in the most random order. I think I based them on your comments as opposed to the actual order of the EP. So this time around I was like, right, let me do it in order and see whether there's like a story or just something. It's gonna give me that insight that I need, right? So I have to say, doing that was literally the best decision I'd made. And I got into the habit of just listening to it constantly because it was just amazing, like really paying attention to the lyrics and the story that she's telling within this EP. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have notes. I had to make notes because I was just like, I need to really, really get those details down. So this is essentially just going to be a discussion about everything because, yeah, I need to just vent. So let's start with the name of the EP, Old Enough. Automatically, it's just given unapologetic, confident, ready. It's ironic because the one thing that I constantly speak about with Angelina is her age. And I feel like sometimes people treat people differently because they're a certain age, or feel like they're not capable of like doing something because they're a certain age. And I feel like this is her just saying, like, despite my age, like, I'm here. And when I really just deep it, it's special, man. It's so special. It's that thing of being old enough to know better, and really ties in with this thing of her being an old soul, which I really feel that she is. And even when I look at the imagery of the actual EP, it just gives confidence and sass and just maturity. And it just makes so much sense. I mean, look at her face. She's like, I'm here and I'm here to stay, and this is me. It's just so refreshing to see. Guys, please remember, this is just my interpretation of everything, so you don't have to agree with it. I'm definitely open to hearing more on what you guys thought of the whole project as well down in the comment section. But I just feel like I just had to share my perspective on it because listening to it and re-listening to it has really been just a mind-blowing experience at this point. So I'm going to attempt to get into each song now within the EP. And I'm going to try and do them. No, I'm not going to try and do them. I am going to do them in the order that they are on the EP. So you guys know the first song on the EP is Love, Don't Let Me Go. And as you know, I have already reacted to this. I've reacted to every song on the EP now, so this is just like perfect timing to do this review. And it's crazy because from like re-listening to all of the songs, I'm just now even more in awe of the whole project. So I would definitely recommend each and every one of you to go and listen to it all again. I don't know how many times you've already listened to it. If it's anything like me, then I'm definitely not going to share my number, but I definitely recommend that you all go and listen to it again and just really get lost in it, you know, really listen to the words and the story because it's so inspiring and so relatable. So for me, the thing that really stood out on the Love Don't Let Me Go track is the lyrics. The lyrics. Let's get into that. I'm trying to pull you closer to me, but it's just like trying to catch smoke. Love, I really wish you had a face. Maybe I could beg for you to stay. It's crazy because when I first listened to the song, I don't think I really listened to the song. Because when I went back and looked at the lyrics and then really tried to digest the song, it made just so much more sense to me. So within this song, she's essentially, or what my take on it is that she is comparing love to a physical being. Like, if love was a person, she would want it to do these things. And for me, I just feel like it just highlighted that sort of like fear of letting go, sort of like just the general fluidity of love and like not being able to get it to do what you want, I suppose. You know, not always being able to get the outcomes that you want from love and the frustration of that. That's essentially what I got from the first song on this EP. I'm just going to highlight some more lyrics here that I just thought were just beautiful. Love, don't let me go. If only I could look you in the eye, there wouldn't be no place for you to hide. I'm on the floor, I'm begging, oh, oh, oh. Love, don't let me go. If you had a heart, I could make it beat for me. Outside the box, different, unique, and just special. And I feel like each song is bringing its own theme. So for me, I felt like the theme of this song was wanting to understand and just have love, you know, not wanting to let go of it, wanting to hold on to it and make sense of it. And then the EP takes us on to the journey of the next song, which is Now I'm the Fool. And for me, I felt this song was all about just the challenges that come with love. Like, as much as we want it, sometimes it's really difficult being in that state of love and the pain that you can feel, the hurt in some circumstances, and also sometimes just losing sight of reality. And with that being said, I feel like the overall theme for me just felt like it was all about sort of just being lost in love. And I feel like that just worked so well, transitioning from the first song to this song was just like light bulb moment, literally. And then we move on to Fire and Rain, the final song from the EP that I've reacted to. You guys should definitely go ahead and check that out, along with all the other reactions to the EP that I have done. And I just love, oh my goodness me. Honestly, like, I feel like I've just got a completely different interpretation of the EP now I've actually listened to it like thoroughly. And I just need some water, sorry. You're gonna get sick of me in this water, but I'm trying to make sure I have a voice throughout this because I'm not that well at the moment. So I need to stay hydrated. But anyway, Fire and Rain. For me personally, it wasn't one that stood out to me, but it's still a great song. And what I love about it again is this play on words that she's done throughout the whole EP, like fire and rain. let's make sense of it. So for me, it was a moment in which she realizes that, like, no matter what I go through, I can get past that. Like, if there's a fire, I can put that out, you know, this whole thing of water and fire. I feel like she acknowledged in this song that she's getting stronger and she will continue to get stronger no matter what she goes through. And it was just like a shift, like a positive shift. This song was like the middle ground. It just felt really special when I got to this part of the EP. I was like, something's changing, you know, that transition that happens. And I presume most of you have been in love, so you'll completely understand and relate to what she's talking about for sure. And I feel like this EP is very relatable. I feel like a lot of people will be able to connect to it. I feel like it's definitely a form of therapy because, I mean, think about how many of us have been in love and have experienced the very things that she's talking about. It's almost like a healing journey. And oh my goodness, every time I speak about it, I'm just like, ah. So, again, for me, the overall theme on this one was looking inwards. That's the vibe I got from this track. It was very much just about trying to bring it back to self. Oh my goodness me. And again, when you connect all the first three songs of the EP, then bearing in mind all the themes I've talked about, it's just like, honestly, a work of art. It is a work of art. And then there's the fourth song on the EP, which is All My Fault. You guys know, as soon as I watched this reaction, like, I mean, I'll let the reaction video speak for itself. That's insane. I can't explain it, but within the first few seconds, I was just like, this just connected to me personally. I just felt automatically drawn to this song. And for me, this song was very much given like self doubt, questioning yourself, sort of wanting that love that you've now lost back, you know, reflecting on your own actions and what you contributed to the situation. Just sort of like overthinking things and overanalyzing things and that sort of like confused stage. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you all relate. And I feel like the overall theme for me here was just blaming yourself. You know, it's, oh my goodness me, love is special. We all need it. But it's such a challenge, you know. And I very much got that whole vibe throughout this whole EP. Like you've all said in my comment section, it's a story, and she is a storyteller within this, and it's just powerful. So now, Good in Goodbyes. Again, my reaction to this, it was very similar to All My Fault. Like, when I listened to Good in Goodbyes, again, I just connected with it immediately. Okay, this one's hit me like a ton of bricks, I'm not gonna lie. There's something really, really special about this. And it's really interesting because as I've re listened to it and listened to the words and stuff, I feel like both of those songs have been two very prominent stages in my own life journey as well. So I'm questioning whether that's why I connected to them so much. And as I've listened to the words, I'm like, wow, I've been there. Wow, I'm experiencing this. So it was so relatable to me and my own life. And goodness me, I've just been connecting the dots literally. It's felt like me doing some kind of puzzle, listening to this whole EP again. It's been so special. For me, this song just sort of highlighted, you know, accepting that this has happened, looking at things more clearly, starting to see the light and starting to feel like, you know, you can let go. Oh my goodness me. And can we just talk about, I'm sorry to backtrack. Well, I don't even know if I spoke about this yet, but I'm all over the place. I'm just so excited. The light and dark used throughout this whole thing, I thought that was just smart. So smart. If you listen to each of the songs, maybe not all of them, but there's just elements within them that refer to like light and dark, like this whole fire and rain. Like a lot of, I don't know if they're called juxtapositions. Is that what they are? I don't know. But it works. And so I'm sure you all won't be surprised to know that my theme for this song, or the theme that I feel that this song gives, is acceptance. And then last, but most definitely not least, Diamond. So, for me, Diamond is all about being unstoppable, confident, unapologetically her, and her officially seeing her power now. Like, oh my goodness. And I want to say that the theme here is self-love. Now, just take it all in because I know this is a lot of information. Me being a poet probably doesn't help, and a creative, because I really look very deeply into things. And this has just been my interpretation of the whole project. I wanted to give you a theme for each song because I feel like that just kind of helps to tell the story of the journey of the EP, because that's what it is, a journey, just similarly to my journey with AJ. She's essentially given us a journey through this EP, and it's just delightful. The only way I can sum it up is like it's just been gradual sass, you know? She started off not very clear and ended just in a place of just strength and power and and I've been picking my brain trying to think of like what genre this whole project is. And to be honest, I don't think it fits into one genre. I know on my iTunes it says that it's classed as pop. I think there are pop elements in there for sure, but I also feel like there's elements of R&B in there. Like a lot of you spoke about Lauryn Hill, and I definitely hear that, especially on All My Fault. It's very much there. I also think there's a little bit of a jazz influence. Soul is definitely in there. Like AJ is always giving this. I mean, she's an old soul that gives soul. So soul is definitely there. And let's not also forget rap. Diamond threw me off because when the rap, I was, what? She can do this, she can do this, and now she can do this. Literally unstoppable. What are you talking about? That's a general overview of the genres that I feel like this EP sort of shows. Definitely let me know down in the comment section if you feel like there's a particular genre that you think this EP is as well. I'll be interested to know. But overall, I just feel like this whole EP exceeded my expectations. And my expectations were freaking high. So for it to have I can't get my words out. So for it to have exceeded those says a lot. Like I am so impressed, even more so now after re-listening to it. And you guys probably already know from seeing my reaction videos and from the clips I've inserted in this video that my two standouts were definitely All My Fault and Good and Goodbyes. I think it's virtually impossible to rank the whole EP, so I'm not gonna do that. It's all just a work of art and all just connects so perfectly now. But I will say this. My favorite. My favorite is All My Fault. But yeah, I didn't say anything. So it's just been amazing getting to listen to this whole project. I'm sad it's over. I feel like it's the end of an era. And I am so, 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 so excited to hear what is to come next. I know how amazing this must have felt once AJ dropped this EP. For all of you that have been following her for a very long time, I know I had one of my lovely peeps in my comments saying that, you know, they'd been waiting for this for, I think it was about 10 years. And so hearing it must have just been like, whoa, you know. So I can imagine why a lot of you were really shell shocked. Obviously, I'm shell shocked, and I'm new to AJ. I like I barely know AJ compared to a lot of you guys. I know I've been reacting to a lot of her videos, but I still nowhere near know her as much as a lot of you do. I know she has so many amazing fans and dedicated fans. So yeah, really was just a moment, and I can't wait to listen to it even more. And I hope it's helped some of you guys that are currently, you know, at one of those stages that I've spoke about throughout the EP. I hope it gives you some kind of peace, or it just gives you the strength you need to keep going if you are going through a difficult time in love. And I'm sure AJ feels exactly the same way. I just want to say again before I end this video that if you haven't already listened to this EP, please, please, please listen to it. Start from the very beginning to the end, do it in the right order, and just pay attention to the words. I promise you will not regret it, because I feel like a whole new person now. I feel like I've listened to a whole new project. It's crazy. And I think sometimes you forget how much you actually miss when you are doing a reaction video, because you're so in the moment. Like when I do my reactions, I'm entirely just being myself. So like what you see is what is actually happening right here in that moment. And a lot of the time in doing that, I'm not really fully grasping all of it. Like I'm sure a lot of you can relate to the fact that it's like when you watch a movie, sometimes I have to watch a movie like 3 times to make sure I've not missed anything. Does that make sense? Because sometimes you don't pick up on everything. But when you look into it again and again and again, you start to see themes, you start to see patterns, you start to pick up on things. And I feel like that's exactly what's happened here with this EP. So yeah, I feel so good. I just had to get this off my chest. This has felt like a bit of a therapy session. I know I don't usually do these kind of videos, but I just felt like it had to be done. So I hope you've all taken something away from it. Once again, remember this is just my interpretation, so you don't have to agree with it, but this is what I felt the EP was all about. On that note, I know we've got quite a lot of new subscribers at the moment, so I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you. I also want to say a thank you to everyone that's already a part of the Soul Sessions family. I appreciate each and every one of you. And I also want to encourage you all to give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, share this video with family and friends. Hit the bell button so that you can be notified whenever I post a new video, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, because I would love to welcome you to the Soul Sessions family. I hope you're all having the most incredible week, and I look forward to seeing you all soon. Peace and love.